The second type of tissue we're going to go through this week is connective tissue. Now, connective tissue is the most abundant tissue in the body. You might think muscle, but it's not, because connective tissues include bone, blood, cartilage, adipose, which is fat, the tissue that makes up ligaments and tendons. So all of those are connective tissues. So it's the most abundant and it's the most varied. If you look at the epithelial tissues under the microscope, they all kind of look the same, truthfully. These are going to look different. Characteristics, we have loosely packed cells with more matrix. And again, I talked about this in the first video. The ground substance can be fluid, gel, or solid. Connective tissue is going to contain fibers. We have collagen, elastic, and reticular. Reticular is a type of collagen. It just has a different structure, and we're not going to get into the specifics of that. So collagen is really, really strong. Elastic does what it sounds like. If you pull your ear, for example, the outer ear is made of elastic cartilage. If you pull that elastic tissue out, it bounces back to its original shape. And then again, reticular is more like a thinner type of collagen. Connective tissues tend to be vascular, some more than others, but epithelial tissues, if you remember, were avascular. These at least have blood vessels going through them. Cell types in connective tissues. Well, now we've got fibroblasts, and a cell that ends in blast typically is a cell that produces something. So it produces the matrix. Fibroblasts produce fibers in the ground substance. Then we have mast cells, which release histamine and heparin. And histamine and heparin together cause inflammation, which is a way to fight off potential infection or illness. Then we have macrophages. Macro means big. Phage refers to phagocytosis. This means cytosis means cell. The phage or phagocytosis part means eating. So these are big cells that eat. So they fight off infection. Now, some of our connective tissues are specialized and have specialized cells in them. So for example, in adipose, another word for fat, we have adipocytes. In cartilage, we have chondrocytes. Cyte means cell. Chondro refers to cartilage. In bone, we have cells called osteocytes. Osteo refers to bones, or os refers to bones. In blood, we have red blood cells, 5 types of white blood cells, and then platelets are in brackets because they're not necessarily cells. They come from cells, but they're pieces of cells. So I didn't really include them, but I did kind of include them. So it can go either way. Now, the types of connective tissues that we're going to look at are these. And this is how they're organized, typically. And this is how I prefer to organize them. We have dense fibrous tissue, which we have dense regular. All the fibers and their collagen fibers run in one direction. And dense irregular, they don't all run in the same direction. I just seem to be making S's over and over again. So the fibers go in different directions. We have loose fibrous, which includes a tissue called areolar. Areolar tissue has all 3 types of fibers, and so does adipose. So these two are collagen. These two have all 3. Then we have cartilage, And there are 3 types: hyaline, collagen; fibrocartilage, collagen; and elastic cartilage is elastic fibers. Then we have we have specialized, which includes bone and blood. Bone has collagen fibers in it. Blood, no fibers. But it's still considered a tissue, and it's put under connective tissues. So these are the connective tissues you're going to look at in lab.